Suleiman Rahim here. Bless the covenant. Break us 7 seals. Brothers and sisters, I have a special presentation for you. I think I solved my sound problems. I'll know soon. Cover what I've been talking about the last few days, but I'm going to go into a little more depth. First of all, fear. I keep telling you this, brothers and sisters, fear, unimaginable fear. It's about to grip America. Fear is so intense, it's going to turn children's hair gray. Because children will find no refuge even amongst themselves. They'll be targets to be eaten. They know it. They can't even trust one another. That's the level of children be on. Terrible, unimaginable fear. They had us in a state of fear for over 400 years. And now it's coming back at them. Condensed, compressed, concentrated. Now you get concentrated juice, right? So let me test my sound, see if my sound's any better, brothers and sisters. Look up America. Fear is so intense. Yep, looks like it's on target. Fear. Unimaginable fear. It says the hearts be failing when anticipation of the heart is coming. In anticipation of the heart is coming, there'll be universal heart failure. There'll be an epidemic of heart failure. Because they're going to, in anticipation, because this old mind, this sealed Bible mind they're operating under is going to be gone. And not exposed to the angel mind. And the reverse is going to happen, because we was exposed to fear under the sealed Bible. It's still fear in us. And inspire them. But now the reverse is about to happen. Angels going to inspire us with fear, intense, concentrated, profound, palpable fear, and the unimaginable fear, unrelenting fear. And it will remain, it will not ease up. There will be no breaks, not even a second. Just constant fear after fear, greater. It keeps intense, keep intensifying. No respite. We're going to talk about the mind of Allah. The mind of Allah. I'm trying to get this point over, and it's more profound than you can even imagine. And you never heard about this from anyone, ever. Not even Elijah. He left the background, Master Muhammad gave him the background, but he didn't put the meat on it. Right? He gave him the skeleton of it, but didn't put the meat on it. You're talking about how the history is written. That's a skeleton. I'm going to give you the meat. But first, right here, just now, I just got it right now, right? Iran's supreme leader today rejected nuclear talks and threatened the United States as Trump renews maximum pressure campaign against Iran's regime. Iran refused to ban its nuclear program. Is military action by lethal use? Yes, definitely is. Or the Iran race to break out and acquire the bomb first. Learn why this is a year of reckoning for Iran's nuclear program. This clown in the background there, he's at your fool. I already text him. I say, no, you're the one need to worry. Iran doesn't sound worried. They should be worried. If they've made contact with Master Muhammad, game's over. But they will eventually, we know that. Scriptures tell us. Michael and his angels. We know who that is. But his clown, oh man, there'll be a reckoning. He's got a surprise for him. And based on this will happen any day. Any day now. I told you, Iran was not going to back down. I told you that the other day. I'm not going to back down to this Trump. I said, Trump ain't going to do a goddamn thing. So why do you think Iran is doing now? You don't sound afraid to me. And why would they going to the nuclear talk with the fool that lied to him already. They had an agreement and he broke it. So why would you make an agreement with somebody else you know is a known liar? Anyway, he said, forget it's not going to happen. So if they rejected nuclear talks, what's the backstory here? I mean, if they're not making a nuclear weapon, there's not even point in having the talks. I mean, yeah, we got to talk. I mean, don't care. We ain't making. But if you are making one, and some people think they already have it, don't matter. It's not going to be used. May use, to back force Israel down because they think, oh, we got. But that's I'm not going to get that sidetracked here, brothers and sisters. But this tells you how close. Because we know that is like the only sign was given to them, sign of Jonah. But this is sign is given to us. See, because once the angel is explained and you pay attention to it, then everything is telling you signs. And this is the crucial sign. This is the one that breaks their power and reverses everything. Reverse starts. Everything starts reversing. Master Muhammad reveals himself. The power of Gog and Magog is broken. After 5 years, the power is broken. False Israel, desolation. It says when you see Jerusalem's surrounded by armies, it's desolation. That means that desolations, right? On the table, right in front of you, imminent. And that brings the whole nightmare down. Everything happens so fast that because once their power is broken, I mean, when it says power is broken, it's not just the military power. I mean, that's not even, the military power, I mean, we don't even worry about that anyway because it's worthless. See, it has no power, right? They think the military, as the Quran says, you think it's firmly fixed, but it's the military power is, I mean, just look at their history. Look who's been kicking their ass lately. Sheep herders, rice stumpers. And now, this is going to expose them to the world. For anybody that still thinks America has power, their power be broken, you understand? Everybody realize that the bully, this was your analogy, and I'm gonna move on quickly because I got a lot to cover. You're Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson. Now I already said he wasn't that good, but he put fear in people. Everybody said, "Oh, Iron Mike, he was kicking everybody's ass, right?" And so when people got in the ring with him, first he never fought anybody first class anyway. But even when people got in the ring with him, right, they was afraid of him. That was a problem, and they would run from him. He just tracked down and knock him out. That's pretty much where it was. Until Buster Douglas got in there, and Buster Douglas was third-rate fighter, third-rate, and he's probably the weakest fighter Tyson ever had to fight. I mean, he wasn't even supposed to fight world champion. They said, well, get somebody to get him, Tyson make somebody, throw somebody in there. So Tyson said, hey, man, this dude ain't nothing. I ain't not even gonna train. He ain't trained. And Buster Douglas knocked his ass out. And Tyson hasn't won a fight since then. Because everybody realized he wasn't nothing to begin with. They were just afraid of him. Oh man, Iron Mike Tyson. Why has he won a fight since then? Go check. He has not won one fight since then. Not one. Because everybody exposed. Now I already said, man, don't y'all see he ain't no good? And America, same thing. This will finally be the last straw where everybody see, oh man, they're nothing. And everybody closes on him. Because see, once the bully is revealed, everybody closes on his ass. Everybody. And that's what's going to happen here. He says, this fool here, he's going to eat his own children probably for the months out. Understand? So that's what's happening, brothers and sisters. This is the, right? The inflection point in calculate inflection point, like go this way and then like a V when you get to the point. It's an inflection point. Inflection point. They go far as they went now. They went high as they can go. And then sharp dive. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. And something I wanted to say. It'll come back to me. come back to me. We're going to get to the mind of Allah, but I want to point out a couple of things here first. You know what a wave is? Wave have three attributes: wave, length, frequency, and amplitude. Right? So wavelength, the length of the message. So in other words, you have a message, you put a message out. What's the length? Is it an hour long, half an hour long, 2 hours long? That's the wavelength. Right? The frequency, okay, it's an hour long, right? But you do it right on an hourly basis, every hour or every day at 12 o'clock you get a message, or once a week, right? Once a day, once a week, once a month. That's the frequency. Amplitude, right, is how much information is in the message. So you give an hour-long message where you don't say anything, say very little, or you pack a lot of information there. But the other side of that has to be information that's timely, that speaks to the reality that you're in. Because all the other information is not working. That's the only one that's going to be impactful. You understand? So that's the three attributes you got: the wavelength, the message, how long the message goes. I'm going to give an hour message every day, right? I'm going to give an hour message, and you say I'm going to give it every day. And I'm going to say, I'm going to put a lot of information in there, right? Okay, if I'm speaking Quran, then it's not going to have much amplitude because it's 5 years. Because you don't see anybody talking Quran explaining what's going on now, do you? You see anybody talking Quran explaining what's going on now? Do you? The Quran's supposed to be the book. How come no one's on this? You didn't think about that one, did you? How come no one's on social media breaking down what's happening right now with the Quran? You don't see it. I hear things like, where's Allah? And the book says, Jajal, very vague stuff. You don't see anybody doing it because it does it. You see, you don't see anybody doing that. See? So keep that in mind now. Oh, I'm gonna get back to this. I got out of order here. Okay, wait, no, out of order. I really do this? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get back to all this stuff, brothers and sisters. I saw breaking news and I forgot to realize that's on me. Okay, here's a wave, right? See? It's a wave. So show the wavelength, right? From this to that, top, this whole thing right here, that's the wavelength. Right? And then, it just keeps repeating itself. How often though? That's what I'm saying. Same message, right? That's what I mean, wavelength. That's the same message, right? So like the angel, right? We're talking about angel, so every time I talk about the angel, right? Or if I talk about an hour, well, that's the wavelength, right? You see this one, like this way light looks, right? Well, that's the graphic, right? So it's wavelength, right? Okay. Here to here, right? Then it keeps repeating until, right? Okay. Now see here's a wavelength, but see this one here, the gold one and the blue one, that means this one's consistent with that, right? So that kind of like that's like amplitude too, because they're in conjunction with each other. So you can add, right? You can add the amplitude of this, they got the same amplitude, right? So therefore, then you can say if the amplitude of this was like on a unit 1, and now this unit 2 is 2 because it's double, because you got another producing the same message, right? In sync with that. So it's like resonance, right? Keep that in mind. You see this one here? Now this is someone that's opposite. They're doing the opposite. So they're canceling out this message. Because see, their wavelength is this way, going this way, right? So they're opposite. See, when this goes up, this one's going down. So it cancels out, right? So they give the opposite message, right? If they maintain the same frequency, then they cancel it out, right? And this was in opposition. They're conflicting wavelengths. Hope you understand, bro. These conflicting wavelengths. See, they're not in sync with each other. Okay. So, okay, let's get back to where I was going back here. That's not order, but I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna go in. I'm way ahead of myself here. Okay. So, say for instance, there was a tornado coming, and you saw it coming. It was going to come to this town, this little town, this village, and wipe it out. But you saw it coming. It's about half an hour down the road. It's coming this way. I said, "Hey man, run in and tell the town, people in town, to get the hell out of there, man, because the tornado's going to come to wipe the whole town out." So this person said, "Okay." So they drive slowly down there, right? They park the car, get out the car, they go knocking door to door. "Hey man, a tornado's coming." And that voice, right? "Tornado's coming. Yeah, I think you better pack up," right? And he's doing this. So do you think that person communicated a sense of urgency? You think he communicated anything? You think people going to believe him? Is it about going and check or something? You see? So he's carrying a message. His frequency is low. His amplitude is really low. Because part of the amplitude is part of energy. How much energy you putting into it? So, but if he comes in blasting, man, hit the brakes. "Hey man, hey everybody, man, listen up, right? Tell everybody, hurry up." Then who's the better messenger there? Which one are you going to believe? Who's going to save most people? Okay? It's the same thing with this message. That's why I make some drastic changes. This message. Because the wavelength is, like I said, the information that you know, how long you go, how, whatever, and the content of it. But we don't get there yet. It's not the message. That's the amplitude. That's the message. Right? So say, okay, this is the end of the message, right? Okay. Then you say, okay, I'm going to do an hour program a day. No, an hour program. And I'm going to do it on a weekly basis. Right? So that's your frequency. How? And this is what I'm going to, how much information I'm getting to it. So I'm going to talk about the first book of the angel. Right? Okay. Another person say, well, I'm going to talk about book 1 and 2. So they got high amplitude because they can put more information in here. Right? Another person say, well, I'm going to talk about the sealed Bible. And I'm talking about the Quran. Well, the amplitude is real low because it's out of sync. It's not Remember I said it has to be in sync with reality you're in right now. So they might have a good wavelength, frequency, but low amplitude, because that's Quran means 1,500 years old. Yeah? So you see these things? So, and I said, now the devil, they operate on a certain wavelength, frequency, and amplitude. Now their wavelength, right, is, right, they got messages, they got all these, well, say for instance, hourly messages, each program lasts an hour. Right, they got a whole bunch of them. Remember I said, the more the more the waves consistent, and that increase the amplitude, because now you got two waves doing the same thing. So that's if it's one, there's two, that's double, there's three, it's triple, right? So they're all saying the same thing. So the wave is talking about the same stuff, right? But the point is, a lot of lies in there. So it's not consistent. It's not consistent with where the world is right now. You understand? It's the one they make up. Now doing Holocaust, but now it's not. Because out of two now, the angels coming in the scene. So angels are the most powerful, right? Amplitude, right? Let me before I get too far here. So they come and they say, okay, we got this wavelength, this is the propaganda we're putting out there, right? We're gonna put this out, right, for an hour. And we do it on a daily basis. So I got a program, right? I got one of the Prophesy program or something, right? I'm putting, so I'm doing it every day for an hour, right? And then what I'm going to talk about, that's amplitude, right? Am I talking about, is this propaganda or is it truth? That's consistent with what's going on right now and everything. Because it is, the more it is, more truth in there, right? And the more of it, right? How much they're putting in there. And the amplitude also, how much information they're putting in there, right? So, you put all those things together, that's how powerful that wave is. So when you consider that, you say, okay, so the devil got a program out there like Fox News or whatever. They got Fox News, they got CNN, all these. So you got a wave on top of each other. They're saying the same thing. It's like, oh, these waves are the same thing. They're going, right? So the amplitude, each one is like one, right? Then you got 10 of them. That's well, the amplitude bumped up to 10, right? So one is the lowest, right? Because they've got just a little bit of facts in. But then the angel comes along, it's got an amplitude of 100, because its number of total facts is right consistent. So it takes 10 of their programs, 100 of their programs, 100 of their programs. One, but they got 100 programs out there, right? Then it gets up to 100 because they got 100 programs to handle one the angel programs because the amplitude. So it's right in sync with what's going on right now. It's effective. Theirs got just a little bit. It has some, if enough facts, wherever it has an amplitude of zero. So it has some truth, some facts. And that's why I told my falsehood is so dangerous. The falsehood, they mix a little truth with facts, so it has some power. But we talk like angels, like the amplitude is like maybe 1,000,000. See? And so when you do that, right? Remember that wave, that's putting these vibrations in the air. So they can't, right? You don't have to. I mean, it's out there. It's in the air. I'm talking right now. I'm affecting the air. These wavelengths out in the air, and wavelengths keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going. It ain't like wave like in the water, just diffuse, just keeps on going, keeps on going. Like I said, when it affects this person, I told my vectors. You understand what I'm trying to say? So what I'm saying is that another way of looking at this. Now, the angel message, right? Part of this, right? Good part of this Well, not even part of it. The point is that the wavelength, right? It's an hour, 2 hours a day. No, 2 hours rather. It's a day. The frequency is every day. And like what I've been doing, right? An amplitude, angel. 30 years constant. Because remember, they got their waves, and they're conflicting. These waves are conflicting. And like I said, you got canceling waves. Like what fire clowns doing. Kind of trying to cancel out my waves. So forth, so on. The point I want to get, it's like so much to talk about this, brothers and sisters. The point I want to address here is that what's the intensity of your communication? Because the intensity should match, like I said, the guy that runs in there, puts the brakes on, whoa, start hollering. See, that means that's emergence, that's intensity. You really blend intensity. But the other guy, he don't. He probably didn't see. Probably it's just probably only see a hurricane. Tornado comes, somebody told him, but he ain't really on board. I mean, he's going along, but I mean, and probably won't. He's not going to everybody's door. Probably a tornado get it before he finished doing all that. So when people try to bullshit you, see, this is all mathematics. I say, see, you got people, okay, wavelength, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, once a week. Right? And then the message is not clear. The amplitude, right? Information in it, not clear, half-assed and everything else. They ain't doing a goddamn thing. We're gonna get killed. And nobody's gonna believe them. Like the guys, this government, somebody knock on the door, tomorrow there's gonna be a tornado. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. That's mathematics. Okay? Because if you're really serious, right, you'd have a wavelength for the hour, 2 hours, 3 hours if you could. 24 if you could, right? Right? The radio frequency, I'm gonna do it every day. I'm gonna do it right? Every hour, every 3 hours. Every 5 hours, right? And I'm gonna make sure my information is, put a lot of information in there. I ain't gonna just go and say, oh, man, you need to learn the angel, man, you learn the key, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay? That's the truth. That's the truth right there. That means no one represents this message but myself. Everybody else is bullshit. It's like the guy, hey man, it's gonna be a tornado. So I'm putting into it. Let me check my I think I got my Yep, sound working good. Sound working good. See, no one understands. I'm trying the best I can to understand what it's all about. It ain't about bullshit. This is serious. This is mathematics. And they're gonna find out in a minute how serious it is. Because it's unprecedented. I just can't get across to anybody. My point, what I'm trying to do is trying to prevent. So our heart's failing for fear. Because a lot of people, oh, America just fell down, man, our country. What? Hold on. Hold on. I don't even have my mic on. Well, I guess it sounds good. My mic on still sounds good, but let me get it on so I don't want something to fail here for a minute. Give me a chance, boss. Just give me a minute. Okay. Well, it's going really loud now, I think. So let me check in a minute. Okay. So maybe the sound might be too loud now, but anyway, it's better than it was before, I think. Let me check in a minute. So I'm going to go, this is some advanced stuff I'm going to talk about, brothers and sisters. Right? What you think it means to transform it into a God? See, all our people didn't make it. Our people didn't make it. They put intense pressure. All the coal, you put coal in that pressure, all the coal doesn't turn to diamond, some of it's crushed to dust. And that's what's happened to some of us. Go on. Let me check the sound again. This might be, oh, maybe the sound might be too loud now. Wow. Okay. Finally got that, well, I got that sound fixed. So what's going to go out next? Maybe I'll have a stroke. My doctor's trying to give me a stroke. He's telling me oh man, you got to have a biopsy, man, because you might have cancer. I said, man, well, he want to do the same thing. Did the Farrakhan? Nah, I don't believe this. He might be working for the devils. Man, he say, hey man, pull him in there. Cause we're going to take in, we're going to put in radiator pills in your behind, all that stuff. I said, man, no, I ain't going for it. Right? Because I don't believe him anyway. At this point, I think, see, I mean, if the devil want to get to me, that's how I got the Farrakhan, to go to the doctor, say, man, because right now, that guy he got about 10 pills prescribed, 10, and I don't take any of them, then he get mad. He was mad last time I saw him. Man, you gotta take this stuff, man. This could happen to you, and this could, and I'll feel real bad. Why you feel bad? I'm the one that's gonna be hurt. I mean, he's gonna feel so bad because if something happened to me and I can get a stroke and I get cancer and all this stuff he's saying, you know. And I said, man, I'm 76 years old, man. I ain't trying to be 86. And already a person I met at the gym, right? He's about 10 years younger than me. They scared him up. And now he's walking around in a diaper. In fact, I ain't seen him in about 3 months, so we don't even know what happened to him. Walking around in a damn diaper. I said, that is not happening. It's not happening with me. And you ain't gonna pull a Farrakhan on me either. And you gotta be careful. Anyway. The mind of Allah. What's the mind of Allah? It's trying to bring this together, brothers and sisters. See, because to explain this to you, it sounds so, Elijah Muhammad said, the truth be made so weird that everybody thinks it's saying stuff. Because why? Because the stuff you know right now is weird, crazy. I mean, look at stuff that you believe. Hey man, got to, hey man, that's crazy stuff. And say, okay, what you believe in? I believe in Jesus. Have you ever met him? No, man. Where's he? He's in heaven. Where's heaven? And he's going to come back. How long has he been going? Going 2,000 years, man. Well, what was he? He was here 2,000 years ago. And where'd he come from? Oh, man, he was born and he had no father. And I said, well, you do that goddamn bullshit, but then you're going to tell me I'm crazy? I'm not crazy. Yeah, I'm the father. He died, but then he came back to life. And then he went off someplace out in the universe. He's been gone for 2,000 years, but he's coming back. But he didn't have no father. Just had a mother. But his mother died. How can he take his mother with him? Ooh. Did you say that? Did you say that? Why would you let your mother stay here and die when you give her eternal life and take her with you? Nobody ever asked that question, have they? He's the God. He can give her eternal life and everything else. That's his mama. So why didn't he take her with him? And you're going to tell me I'm crazy? Y'all crazy as hell. Because all that crap is totally insane. Insane. If you in the sealed Bible, you are insane. Right now you're insane. That stuff held up. But that was insanity even then. Make me shed blood, that was insanity even then. But the point, and the insane ran the planet. People make me shed blood. Because you'd have to be insane to even do that. If you understand the idea of consequence, you understand how the universe works. If you understand how the universe works, you'd be insane to want to make me shed blood. You'd be insane to do it. Because, man, you know that shit gonna come back at you. In a whirlwind. You're not gonna get away with anything. So they're the ones insane, and they had us insane. We believe in Jesus, and we here being beat, tortured, murdered, raped, and everything else. Why? Because they're Jesus. Jesus cursed us, and then we said, Jesus, help me. Well, screw it. Jesus cursed your ass. He got you this condition, you ain't because of Jesus, and they said, you help me, why do he help you? He don't curse your ass. I believe in Jesus. What you believing for? What you believing for? He cursed your ass black, took everything away from you, and said you're going to be a slave forever. Ain't that insane? Ain't that insane? It's like in love with somebody that's beating your ass. Well, after a while, they come to the conclusion that the more they beat your ass, the more you're going to love them. You get that one? And when they come to that conclusion, that's your ass. Because now you're going to beat all the damn time. Because the more I beat her, the more she's going to love me. So I'm going to beat her ass all the damn time. Like I tell people, if you forgive to your enemies, if you love your enemies, then why in the hell happen to be a friend with you? Because you treat me, I'm a friend with you, but you treat your enemy the same way you treat me, then why in the hell I be a friend? I might as well be your enemy. You're going to treat me the same damn way. So why? I might as well be your damn enemy because you're going to love me. It doesn't make any damn sense. And they tell me I'm crazy. Okay. Now I'm going to try to speak this slowly and clearly, right? And I'm going over it because I had a sound problem and I think I solved it, right? And I listened to it myself and I hardly understand what and I got a virus in my, I keep getting things saying, you got a virus in your computer? Oh, I'm pretty sure I got a bunch of them. Right? Every while I got to take and reboot it and restore it and all that kind of stuff. They don't want this information out, but they can't stop it. They can deplatform and everything. They can do all that stuff they want to. It's not stopped because right now, look at the world. Look at the frequency. See, the devil, they had a frequency. That's what I was saying earlier. They will have this frequency. They're on the frequency labeling. But the point, like I said, their amplitude, right, is bad information. So it's not it's not effective. It's only effective to the point where it interferes with mine. But it's not effective because remember that number, it goes up the more the information is correct and in sync with the time. And the information is not. It's propaganda, so it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Their communication is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Because it's more and more propaganda in it. It's just less and less truth. Right? See? So it don't matter what their frequency is and their wavelength, the amplitude is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. Okay? And mine's getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And so now they're clashing. See, if yours is 1 million and theirs is 1, it takes 1 million of theirs to get yours. And see, it says we told the angel the numbers was astronomical. That's why the world is changing. What? More and more to this wavelength, to this frequency. more and more. Example, look at what you're going to do. Oh, it's black folks with Israel. False Israel. Israel's going to be destroyed. All this kind of stuff. I mean, you wouldn't get messed like that a year ago. Why? You said if you one of Christians say just because Jesus waved the wine, well, you go along with that. Oh, when? Oh, the leaves are blowing northward because Jesus said the wind's blowing northward. No, because the wind's blowing northward. So he said, if the leaves blow, that means that's why I have a weather vane. That means there must be a wind blowing. So if this is happening and moving that direction against them, because remember what's happening in the world is against them. Everything happening right now is against Gog and Magog. Let me say it again, everything's happening in the world is against Gog and Magog. That means the force, there's a negative force against them. So that means somebody's generating that force. And the only one really generating that force is the angel, because it's got so much amplitude in it. It says it knocks out the brains, bam. See? Because it's truth 100%, right in time, in sync with the times. Quran's not doing it, it had no effect. It's not helping the Sunnis, is it? Is what happened in the world helping the Sunnis? It's hurting them too. Who's it helping? Okay, let's look at a computer situation. Now, Elijah, see, it's hard to get into his bones. This is a long lot of information, so I have to give it to you. Maybe you study, maybe not. The thing is that the first individual, first God, right? That God, I explained the nature of it, how, what the times like and everything at that point in time, right? That individual has fully conscious, the entire universe, fully conscious. Because if you take universe contracts, it will contract all the way down to nothing unless there's a counterforce. Because as it contracts, the center gets more the pressure in the center builds until the pressure outside equals the pressure inside, then it stops. So in other words, as long as the pressure, as it's contracting, the pressure inside, right, is less than the pressure outside, so it keep on, pressure keeps squeezing it. But as it keep on doing it, the pressure inside gets stronger, until it equals the pressure outside and it stops. And pressure inside, right, that pressure is equal to the pressure outside. So if you say pressure on the inside is consciousness, that means conscious of everything on the outside, totally conscious of it. And the inside, that's the original being. Conscious of the total universe. Maker, owner, creator, planet Earth, God, universe. Right? Okay? So, but remember what I tell you about mind. Mind's the software. That's the hardware, right? So, the software, right? In this case, right? It's just mathematics. Total mathematics. The data. Because all of the whole universe, you're going to all you remember, concept that's why the Quran talks about Allah has know every tree that drops everything. I mean, every leaf that drops everything. He knows every atom's weight. Why? That's what it's talking about. So that's his mind. Because that's right. Total consciousness of total universe. Right. Every atom moving, everything total knowledge of it. Total. Right? Okay? That's his mind. And so he takes that mind, right? And not personify it, but how should I say? Give it form. And that's what we call their computer, but it's way beyond that. Because remember, the information here has control. This tool, his mind, is aware of every atom in the universe, what it's doing, what it's going to do, and everything. Understand that? So puts that and to make a tool out of it. That's his mind. Man's the software, right? And so that's the mind of a lot of the original being. That computer, if you want to call it a computer. See? So that computer knows where every atom in the universe is, what it was doing, whatever, total, right? Now the universe expands, and so this can keep up with that, right? But it's a limit to it, so they only can keep up to it for 24,000 year periods, because, we're talking about trillions of years, it can't. So only could track 24,000 years at a time. They take that information, right, and put it into the next, right? Said, okay, you calculate 24,000 years, into 24,000 years, all the information you got, it feeds it back into the next 20, so it has to have a starting point. Starting point was where the other one ended, so it's got all that. So at that point, and that's how they do it every 24,000 years, approximately every 24,000 years. That's the mind of Allah. And so therefore, we are Allah, we are what Allah is right now, because we're a seed. See, universe expands, so his seed, so that's another way of looking at it, seed, So if you want to see who Allah is, that's why it says Allah is he who comprehends all vision, but vision comprehends him not. See, because we all the brain cells of that original being. I don't want to get too deep into this, brothers and sisters. So, okay. So that tool right there, and so that tool it gives birth to all the other minds. With all the scripts of minds is the mind for that season, the mind for that season, mind for that season. And remember, this only generates minds for every 24,000 years. It can't do more than that because it's just So it generates all the minds that's needed for the next 24,000 years, and those minds are given to the scripture. We don't write the scripture. That comes out of the mind, and that's the mind of. That's our mind, and that's our group mind, if you can put it that way. But it's a extension from the original one. And that tool still exists. It's off planet. Those can never get anywhere near it, right? And then they write. So the scientists don't write history, isn't it? Right? That writes the history. They just tell it what the expected outcome is, because they want the outcome to benefit us every time. I say, we always make everything benefit us. So they say, okay, tell the computer, okay, what we need to do to have this particular outcome. So then it starts generating the minds that it needs, scripture, that's vectors. So all this stuff comes together that will produce that result. That's the scriptures. So we don't write that. But the same computer is what we need to navigate the universe. A God as wide as the heavens and the earth. Okay, I just came. I'm going to say something before I'll say this. I'm going to go off something for a second. Okay. Make a little note here, because it came back to me I was thinking earlier, so I'm going to say it now. I want to say something about Sunday. Two things. No, they're desperate over there. I want to say it now because I don't want to forget it, because I tend to, if I don't say, I tend to forget some of these things. Right? Alzheimer's, maybe. Anyway, there's two things I want to point out. There's a bunch of stuff, but I didn't mention that in my critique. Not what I'm going to mention now. I don't think I mentioned it. I may not mention it all. First of all, he said about, Elijah said, Allah is, we're one, and Allah is zero, or some crap like that. He says, he didn't come before us. He came after us. Yeah, yeah. Because if you have a number, right, 0 is coming after the 1. So he said he put us up front. That's bullshit. That's not what Elijah Muhammad said. And I don't know why he's saying dumb crap anyway. Somebody told me I need to curve my language, and well, maybe or maybe not. I don't agree. I think I need to probably say more to get you to understand this is shit. It's not manure. We're in a bowl of shit here. And I don't think me putting perfume on it is not going to change that fact. Oh man, here's some perfume. Well, you still make a shit. So now you covered up some perfume. I don't think about that one. I don't agree. I don't agree. Anyway, the way Elijah Muhammad said, he says, Allah is 1. And we zeros, because we are zeros right now. So every time you put a 0 behind the 1, you increase it tenfold. That's what he said. Now that bullshit, that lying dog, he better have all his fun. Because what he got waiting for him, we've been gnashing teeth, what he got waiting for him is off the page. Off the page. Because what he's doing is so wicked, evil. See, once you understand what they're doing, then you understand what the consequence is. Right now, you can't tell the consequence because you don't understand what he's doing. But once you understand, when you see the whole picture and what he's doing, the impact it's having, you say, oh, damn, that consequence is going to be, ooh, that dude, ooh. Right? Another thing about, this is now the best part of planet Earth. And I'm amazed that people are still sitting after that one. That's the biggest, well, he said you got to be present perfect tense. When it's you need that in Abrahamic covenant too, which he never mentions. Why don't he put that in perfect tense, whatever you call it, about where the promised land is, Arabia. Very clear to give the landmarks. That showed a desperation. That showed a level of desperation, because he was trying to prove that, oh no, because he's being hit hard. This mess is hitting him hard because they respond to it. Why do they respond like that? Why respond about, why you gotta try to come this big bullshit about, oh, some weird explanation. Why, oh, this is the promised land over here now. This is the best part of planet Earth. When it clearly says in this lesson, this is the worst part of planet Earth. But somehow, hocus pocus, boom. Hey, Miss Landy, give me the cricket. And wow, whoop, pow. You see that bullshit right there? It's popcorn. You didn't know I could do that, could you? See? I turned that popcorn, man, go for it. Man, cause why? I need no brown popcorn before. Hey, man, what you, Farrakhan says popcorn. You know, I could tell my doctors if I wanted to tell them, man, my danger is not my health. My danger is watching this damn stupid program, because that damn program give me a stroke. I don't know if I'm getting a stroke for getting angry or getting a stroke for laughing. I'll probably get double stroke, right? One part of my body, another part, oh. But that's evidence of what's going on. Let's get back to our computer here. We understand that. Now this computer is off planet. As the Quran says, we got strong guards in the heavens. Why we need strong guards in the heavens if we want to protect from somebody? Why you need to put strong guards in the heavens unless you protect somebody getting in there? Anyway, remember that computer can track every atom in the universe. Does everything it's doing, because you atoms, you don't have no soul. Your soul is your body. It says Adam became a living soul. Yes, that's some spirit. All that's bullshit. Anyway, see, because I can only give you a hint, a little shadow of what this thing can do. Because first of all, we all gonna be in contact with that universal computers. Like right now, when you on Facebook and that kind of stuff, they got a surf what do they call it they got servers somewhere, and those servers that's what you feed off of. You communicate those servers. Okay. So that's the server. And so you said we're going to have to navigate. We're going to have our own personal computers that's tied into that. And so we want to go from here to Andromeda Galaxy and go to this planet Arabia or whatever, right? Okay. GPS, put it there, plot the course, and then, because you ain't gonna have nobody on the wheel doing that. No, you're gonna sit back and relax, and the computer's gonna handle all that. All right? So just think about that one. That's where we're going, because they can't, the devils, even if they was able to win, they could not get past the solar system. If they try to get out there with the knowledge they have, and so first of all, even if they could come up with the same engine Master Muhammad has, if they come with an engine that moves at 24 beat miles per second, they still wouldn't go out there, because they run into stuff. They need to know, and it's fight past everything else, and they could never know that. Because you look out there right now, the stars you see out there right now are not there. That were there a billion years ago. It depends how far back they are. So what you see out there is not what it really is. What you're seeing is the light from billions of years ago. And light only travels 186,000 miles per second. We need to travel at the speed of thought, 24 billion miles per second, at least that speed, to have any chance of going anywhere out there. So you have yours, a TNA or plot. Remember, this has all the knowledge of the future and the past, 24,000 miles, 24,000 years, either way, backwards or forwards, right? So that means you can look ahead with your laptop 24,000 years in the future, or 24,000 years in the past, with total accuracy. In other words, when you bring up your computer, if you have a screen, I don't never look at anything like what we have now. I've never seen one. I don't know how it works. When you get a screen, and your screen, you can look at, like they could look at me. Somebody could be looking at me from the future, real time, just like I'm looking at you right now, real time. Hear me talking, everything else. So we got a dead zone right here, right now, because we don't have that computer. But 50,000 years ago, we had it before we started declining, right? So therefore, right, the person 50,000 years ago, it can communicate with someone in the future. Well, remember, we got 24,000 year limits. At least that's where I understand it. Now, maybe they can go further, but I don't think so. Right? So, say for instance, right, we had that computer right now, that we could look into the future up to 24,000 years and see exactly what everybody's doing in detail. HD, see what they're talking, saying, I mean, be on the camera. See? And back in the past. Now, what's the upside of that? Upside of that, if I got that computer and that person in the future got that computer, right? Then I take and send the computer, right? What do they call those things? Not hashtag, what do they call it? A tag or something to the other person's computer. It said, hey, somebody's searching for you. Boom. So they connected too. So now I'm talking to somebody in the future, and they're talking to me just like real time. Real time. And the person don't exist yet, but he exists mathematically, and we're all mathematics. And that computer can see, and I mean, look, the stuff you're seeing going right now, that computer told, and we talk about stuff, and Angel tells you with screen detail about what's going on right now. Right now. Who's who, what's they doing, when they're going to do it. Except won't tell that one thing, the exact time when they're probably broken. But it gives you the general time. I know it's this year. You understand? So you don't need to be guessing, and you don't need to be inventing stuff, because all you do is look ahead and see. So you don't have this confusion you have right now. You don't have theories, because you know exactly how does work everything else. Because it's all right there. Yeah, everything works. That way we have to make our own cream of plans, guardians, where we have total knowledge of everything. We access that. You, like say, what they got AI, they call it Emma, whatever they call it, Irma, whatever you want to call a computer, right? Ahmed. What's happening over here? What's happening 1,000 years from now? Okay, look at the other side of this. See, you don't put these things together. It tells you, it says, Abraham asked how you bring dead to life. And they didn't have knowledge of genes at that time, right? But what he's talking about is that take 4 birds, the pairs of genes, that's 4. Put them together, you get 2 from your mother, 2 from your father, right? Scatter every mouse, all your family, your relatives got parts of your genes. And once you understand how it works, you bring it back together, because your real name is your gene structure. That's your real name. That's your mathematical name. So you bring together, that's you again. So, but what good is that if you don't remember? Well, your memory's in that kind of computer, but just go back there and talk to yourself. That's why I said, oh, death, where's thy victory? Oh, grave, where's thy sting? Because when you die, you're just dying to upgrade. Because things keep changing, and you don't want to sit around and be 5 feet tall when everybody's 10 feet tall. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give it up, right? And you can even go back and look in there and say, when I'm going to come back, who's going to bring me back? You know how they're going to, bam, there you go. Your memories, everything's right in there. Everything's in there. That's why we're immortal people, immortal. That's why I said last week, not this week, the week before that, nobody, maybe I just said last week, I can't remember. I said Alzheimer's, right? They said, well, we can come back. No. Elijah Muhammad never said anyway. He said, you don't come back from the grave. And nobody does come back. Nobody ever come back from the grave. Why would you want to come back from the grave anyway? All stinky and being and rat bitten and everything else. You see, that's just some of the little things that computer can do for you. And so therefore, you don't need to go to school, because you get all that information you need is right there at your fingertips. You want to build something? Computer, give me the specs. I'm just giving you some hints of what that can do. They'll say you have no idea how to, right? It's just, especially, nobody's going to get sick, but even if you got sick, you can look at it, you don't need to go to the doctor, because they say, okay, diagnose me. You're mathematics, right? Look at you. So, okay, man, you got some issue out here. What do I need? Okay, you go eat a couple of coconuts. Because you talk that like it's not alive. It's a computer. But you talk to it like it's alive. But it's the mind of Allah. Like the angel. It's the mind of Allah for right now. Because scriptures are the mind and software for the times. The Quran was 1,500 years ago. That mind is no longer of any value anymore, except for reciting. And that's the reason why I was given to Suleiman. So, because the 5 pillars, so that's one of them, reciting. That's where it was there, not only for that, but it's also, that's part of the tools he would have to do his job. That's another story altogether. That's what's going on here, brothers and sisters. I can go on and on about this thing, what we can do. Because they're all total knowledge of everything's happening in the universe. And so how wise are you to get the information out? That's why if you don't And angel is the criteria to graduate to that level, to communicate with that computer. Because if you can't communicate with the computer, you'll just be a monkey running around. It's like right now, apes and stuff can't deal with the technology, so we put them in the zoos and stuff. And that's what you're going to be. If you don't come up to the angel is the door to communicate with that. Because that's what you're going to be communicating with when you get to the hereafter. As you can communicate with. Right? Have your own computer, anything right there. That's why nobody controls nobody and that kind of stuff. The God is the God is the administrator. The high priest is a motivator, right? But that's where the information is coming from. That's where the information is coming from. And it depends on your ability to get it out. How wise you're able to get information out. For what you want to use it. That's your paradise. You'll be interfacing with that. If you understand, Elijah Muhammad gave the skeleton, right? They write history. He didn't call it a computer because he didn't have computers at that time when he was speaking. He said there was a process. He said he gave some convoluted way, right? But he said there was a process that they used to produce that information. Now, and the thing is, what you see right now, I talk about these different ages. I'm going to go into a little bit maybe. These different ages right now, these ages are us moving back in this direction again. We're the one that brought the industrial age in. We're the one that brought the AI age in. We're the one generating these different levels of music. That's all coming from us. We're the gods, because we're waking up. And they're having a hard time kind of control it. The devils can't control the AI. You know how they know telling you? Because they bring everybody on a little plan to do it for them. If they control it, they had their own people doing it. They got own people in jail and starving and on welfare and everything else. How can they have their own people doing it? When they got bones Indians, they don't want you to do it because they know that'd be in for them. They can't control it. Just like a matter of fact, they can't control that either. Why? They send on why they send stuff on and their own people have jobs and everything. It's just as black folks, them people. Why they send to China and all these other places? They can't control these ages because these ages are against them. These ages are we bringing in because we're moving in a direction, right, to get there. We're moving that, and that's the next step. Once we get there, once we get home, we're there. And that's it. We're moving the world in that direction. That's what the AI is not good for them. They lose control. Right now, they thought it was a hit. Oh, we got control. But who's controlling it? I mean, they got all these foreigners coming here doing it for them. And on top of that, China just kicked their ass in a very infantile form of this. Called deep seek or something. I mean, it was not even close to the truth. I didn't even say that. But you go in and get information, all that kind of stuff, you interface with it, and there's a superior to what these devils got. So they can't control it. They're trying to control it because they didn't bring it to the system themselves anyway. It come in, now they got the spring come in, they couldn't do nothing about it. Hey man, spring come in, let's control the spring. And summer's coming now, it's gonna be harder. Because man, we almost all melted. How are we gonna get to the summer? You see? That's what's happening, brothers and sisters. We're driving this. We're driving towards that. They won't be around when you actually get there. See? They're falling apart now. They can't control, right? Right now, talking about hacking. Look all stuff. Hacking, and they got to worry about somebody hacking this and drones and all stuff. That means they're telling you they have control of it. Somebody go in and hack their system, and they brought down this, and they did that, and they're telling you they come out and they won't come out and tell you directly. They lose control of it because it's not theirs to begin with. See? And when the engine, once Master Muhammad just crashed the whole thing, then it's going their mind's going to be totally gone, and they're going to get injured mind, which is going to drive them insane, just like it drove us insane. Because right? Most of our people are just totally crazy, insane. And they get mad, you ask some questions, don't ask no questions, Jesus said be faithful. Why you believe in Jesus? Man, you don't want to get no out one of these sisters about Jesus, man, they will kick your ass. Especially from Newark, because these sisters in Newark, but they throw down. I know I grew up in Newark, them sisters in Newark, they ain't, right? I don't know any place else. I know it's just in Newark, right? I see him kick a whole bunch of boys. I mean, one time I was coming to school, man, this dude got in his sister's face, right? She snatched off her blouse, right? She still had a bra on, boy, and then she got down, boy, and she was throwing blows, and she whooped his ass. She wasn't doing this stuff. Boop, boop. She whooped his ass, boy. Yeah, man, Newark sisters, boy, I tell you. I don't know any place else. I ain't putting the sisters down. I'm just telling you my experience. Them Newark sisters, man, you didn't mess with them. I ain't seen them crying. Oh, no, man. Shh. You mess with them, they throw down. Right? Okay, let's move to the next thing. Genes. So I'm covering a lot of stuff here. I told you I'm moving on, bro, since I can't do the kindergarten thing anymore. I warned you, I said it's much more than you know. I said I'm giving you kindergarten angel. I told you those books are mathematical books. There's so much mathematical information there. And when you start looking at it from a mathematical point of view, instead of reciting and repeating, you get all emotional, that kind of stuff. No. See? So this right here is vague. Well, that's what a gene look like, right? So in other words, you have, see, I got the 3 pictures, so, you know, and those genes, so, and I'm not going into all the scientific detail, right? But the thing is, you got billions and billions of, I guess they call them not gene cells. So anyway, bits, right? Bits and pieces. And so we have the whole set. The original being had the whole set. From A to Z. Right, whole set, turn on. So his seed still has the whole set, but it's not turned on. See, because the devil say, we use about 10% of our genes. Most of them not, they did, nobody use them because they don't understand we turn it on and off. We know how to turn it on and off. Now I got a major point I'm going to get to in a minute. Turn it, okay. So the original being had all of everything turned on. So it's one being, neither male nor female nor gender, everything's turned on, right? It's just that being. Because the Quran says from one being all life came. Let's move on to the next one. So I'm saying this is the whole set, it's the whole set right here, human genes. It's a whole set. So the original God has it, and all the original people have the whole set, the entire set. Right? Okay. So what happens is as the universe expands, then say for instance, this is the lower set right here, right? Then what we do is we take this lower set and take some of our genes, right? Because remember, you got sperm, all that kind of stuff. And what you do is you take and remove all the genes up here and just step. And so that's microbes and viruses and all that kind of stuff. All they have is just this much gene down here. They don't have all this. But you turn it off in yourself. You don't get rid of it, you turn it off in yourself. So that doesn't, so now you got the viruses and microbes do the things that you used to do. Because remember, you was doing all that stuff yourself. The first being, if he was the first being, all life came from that being, then he had all the stuff that we do right now, he had to do himself. That being had to do itself. So now he designates parts of it. So he said, okay, and this keeps on going, right? It gets more complicated. So then you get to the animals, and they have maybe this much here, and up to this much, so forth, right? So we'll show it in a minute. But gene, you have all of it, right? So see, this would be, say this is human genes, the whole thing, but this much is turned off. You have the whole thing, but this much turned off. This much is active. Just the best part up here is active. But animal, they don't have to. They don't have this. This turned on. Well, maybe it's depending on the animal. Like a gorilla, he may have all of this, right? While a snake might just have this much down here. Won't have any of this. So I'm not going into that kind of detail, right? But anyway, this represents the animal kingdom. They're in this range here. So they have some parts of this, some fraction of this, right? Like gorilla, he might have all, but all this he may have up to this high, but the rest is down here turned off, right? So we get to God genes, okay? So here up top right here, so the God gene. He everything turned off, but the very best, the very top of it, he got that turned on. Everything else turned off. Turned off. The lion, the tiger, the trees, the birds, all that stuff, all that's turned off. All those genes are turned off. I have all those, they're all turned off. He still got me, it's turned off. Only one that's turned off is his brain, the most powerful genes. But the angels right here, right? They have this gene, but it's turned on. It's not turned on. See? Up here, if you can see that. Up here, this is black. I'm amazed how good I'm doing it. Up here, right? They got this, all this turned off, but they got this much. They don't have this much. The reason I'm saying is because, remember, the angels had Smith, because the hard class, right, was to turn these genes back on. So they'd be gods too. They turn these genes back on because they're off. Angels didn't have this. They had the genes, it was just turned off. All this turned off, but this turned off too. And the hard class was to take and turn these back on, so now you be gods, angels be gods too. Turns back on. That's an angel. The mind, the top part, you have to turn that back on. You see how it fits together, brother and sister? You got your mind back. You got to turn it on. Start thinking, think mathematics, think like the gods think. And that's what angels designed to do to get you turn back on. Okay, let me turn on some lights here, brother and sister. I'll be in the darkness in a minute. Hold on. Don't forget to. I started turning the lights out because I found if I have less problem with my camera. Now I gotta turn it back on, so I guess I have camera problems now. Hold on. Turn on some light to see how that does. That works. That's how that works. Okay, I guess it's a little better. You're still having camera problems. You know, all these things come into play. Because see, I had a computer background. That's my background. I had my own business for years. And that comes in handy when you start. But all this stuff comes into play. All comes. I said, don't curse the road that got you there. Because you don't know why you're doing these things. Then you find out in the end, oh man, good thing I did that. Good thing this happened to me. So I have knowledge of this, knowledge of that, so forth, so on. Hope you understand that. So, though I'm not all that happy about it, but I'm not happy about hard cross either, but it's over now, ain't it? So I understand that. So That's what's happening. Our cars are turning these back on. Those G's. So now the G's are turning on, they're on, but you still got a devil mind. But the G's are on now. Those that survived the Holocaust intact. So some of us was crushed. Those that survived intact, right? These G's are turning on. Right? So now you need to get your mind back. Because, like I said yesterday, you didn't notice that before, because I said, people don't pay attention. Pay attention. I got a little, I've been hitting that gym hard lately, and I think I pulled something out. I've never done that before in 30 years. Maybe overdoing it. A lot of free weights. And, ooh, wow. I think I pulled something yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, I've been fasting all week, so it might be the fast too. I haven't had anything to eat since Sunday, right? And feel good, except for that little pain, right? Oh. Anyway, I'm all in, brothers and sisters. Wavelength, frequency, amplitude, I'm all in. Only thing stopped me, before the internet came out, right? I have a web page. So people see that dude's consistent. He's serious. He gave up everything. He had a mansion. He had this. He had that. He had everything. They want to take that guy's. No. They don't like what he's saying, but he got serious, man. Hey, I'm coming through. They said I'm coming through like a bulldozer, Mack truck. Okay? Because when Master Robin pulled that thing, it's going to be a big atomic blast in America. Said people say we say great light. What do you think about that? If people said in the dark, see a great light. If you said in the dark, you see great, ain't that gonna blind you? Gonna blind some people. If you sit in the dark, once you see a great light, explosion. The engine's gonna explode. It's gonna destroy. Destroy a legion. Who the Lord was consume his spirit's mouth and destroy. Destruction. Desolation. He said destruction, desolation, and Daniel says be determined. I keep telling you, this is no joke. And the angel is driving it. But if you read Exodus, it said to God, he gave support. He was like his Jonah's support. But Jonah was, not Jonah, Joshua. Jonah was one kicking ass. He said, I got you covered. I'm in the clouds, I got you covered. But he was the one on the ground. He's the one who made war with the beast. Who would like to be so powerful, but he said, hey, Lamb took him on. Because you understand. It will in a minute. Well, maybe you won't if you don't survive it. Let's move on. Okay, now we got the wave. They're out of order there. So what are we talking about? We already talked about this already. Okay, I was saying, agricultural age. Who benefited from the agricultural age? We did. We the one that inspired it. Because it took us out of the field. We rose up out of the fields. Who was in energy deprivation, had the worst energy deprivation in the fields, being raped, beaten, tortured, and everything else. Had no control of our families and anything, no control of ourselves. Agricultural age came, we started getting more control of ourselves. We got out the fields. That was to benefit us. And that had less control over us. It was breaking their control over us. You understand? I know you'll see it that way. And they had a big war. The war was about keep control of us. See, if you look at it clearly, mathematically, in a sense, civil war was about maintaining control of us. And North was upset, right? Because the South was trying to maintain control of us, and they was using us, right? Because South and North was trying to get control of agriculture and it was getting harder and harder and harder. And the thing is, this North, the South was putting blacks in the factories, and so the North couldn't control it because they said we can't compete with those blacks in the factories. You pay them $1 a day, and we need $10 a day, and so who's going to hire us when so forth? So it was about control. It came down to trying to control us. That's what the Civil War was all about. His South keep us enslaved. The North was about keeping us from moving into the agricultural age. That's what it was. The North was to keep us moving to the agricultural age. And we'll have factories, there were no jobs. And the South was trying to keep us into the agricultural age. Let me say it again, if I said it right. So the South was trying to keep us in agricultural age slaves. The North was trying to keep us from gaining control of the industrial age that was coming in. That's in a nutshell. They tell it wrong. So that's why they make this simple. They make it so complicated. They won't tell you like that. That's exactly what it was. But the North was an industrial problem. For the South was an agricultural problem. And we was in the middle of it. They said they started to free us. No. Because as soon as it was over, they put you in concentration camps and never gave you 40 acres of meal or anything. And they started having union and guild, trade guilds and everything else to keep you out of industrial age. And then as time goes on, you start getting more and more control of industrial age. And you start getting the factories. Remember, Detroit was like a mecca for black people. They had control of Detroit. And they didn't want that. So they took all the jobs in Detroit and sent them to China. Let them make cars over there. They're desperate to keep you because you was getting control of the industrial age. You were the best workers. Because now the Falcons in your favor, so therefore you put this much energy, you get much more back. You get more productive. And then people was less productive. But they didn't want you to have control. Because they said, well, you got to send it to China any place. Also, why you send jobs overseas, everything else? They didn't want you control of it. But you was more productive than their people. So they would exploit you. They start ripping you off, right? They wouldn't rip you off doing industrial age because that was the just thing, because I told you about the Falcons. See, you don't understand that. But then they said, okay, this guy, he go out and, man, he put 5 hours in, man, he produced, look all he produced. And devil, he put 5 hours in, man, he produced nothing almost. But they paid you the same amount. You know they're supposed to pay you. If you produce 10 times as much as the work you put in, they're supposed to pay 10 times as much. They didn't. They took that for themselves and gave you the same thing. And so that's what they're going, right? And it's building up. All they stole. Now, that's why I said we are great of substance, because if you read the scriptures carefully, it says we'll take all their gold and silver, and by that we plunder them. That means plunder, we plunder somebody, you take all they have. It always says, eat their flesh and burn it with fire, or take all they have. Because it's all ours. They would rip you off for it. For less, whatever. That's what the war was about. And now, so you're in the industrial age. Now you're in the AI age. Okay? Now you're industrial people trying to keep you in industrial age. And other ones don't want you getting the AI age. That's why they bring all the Indians over. So they bring all the people on the board to take care of the industrial stuff. They bring people overseas to take care of AI stuff. You don't get it? Keep you from getting control of it. You look at these, Trump's ain't going around. Well, he not doing it for the right reasons, but it's going to backfire on him anyway. But all the people come across the board, what kind of jobs they get? They ain't getting AI jobs. They take industrial jobs. The doc's office lady, you go to Walmart, any places, they take no jobs, keep you from getting them. Move you out. And then they keep you from getting the AI jobs. They bring people overseas. You don't get it, you don't see the picture. But you bring us in. You brought in the agriculture age, now you bring AI, and they desperately try to control it. And you the one brought it in, but you don't know. They hiding that from you. Because they already admitted. I already explained to you the other day. They admitted. Yep, I did it. I know I can. Oh, let me see them sound. I knew I was going to do it. And put my microphone on. Let me check, see. That affect my sound at all. AIH. Okay. Alzheimer's. I'm joking about it, but what am I doing? Why am I here? Right? You know, Alzheimer's, and this is I'm not a doctor, but I think I'm right on this. Alzheimer's is the same thing like muscle atrophy. You don't use it, you lose it. I said, man, this guy, so we can't do anything. Well, he never exercised that muscle. Right? You take somebody like, look at Trump, for instance. That guy, he's what, about 3 or 4 years older than me? Now, I ain't saying he's smart, but he ain't senile. Why? Because he's 24/7, always trying to figure stuff out all the time. He's using that brain all the time. He got a weak brain, but he's using it all the time. And he took Biden, he was just laying around, man, taking it easy. Instead, he had to do anything, just pass the boat every now and then. You barely know he exists. And so, about, was it last year? I think it was last year, right? It was a couple of years, 2 years ago, I think. I got a sickness, and something happened, right? And so I slowed down after that, right? And I noticed I wouldn't remember this stuff as well. And I said, hey, man, so I applied my theory. I started going there, jumping in, right? At gym and moving. As you can tell, it didn't work. Still don't remember anything. Yeah, but it worked. Okay. So, and because I was like I said, you know, so I started doing it, and I started thinking, okay, right, be active. See, because I mean studying, right, but activity that's part of it. So, in fact, I wasn't doing as much studying at that time because mostly I was just trying to get information out because I was dealing with a lot of people, which I normally don't deal with, was a distraction. I ain't blaming them, right? I can't blame them for doing something I know better to do, right? So I said, hey, no, I got to stop doing that. I got to start focusing more on my study too. Because I got away from that. I was just teaching people based on my previous study. Okay, because I'm still studying, still studying. I told you, there's a lot of this Bible I have not yet applied the angel to. I explained to everybody. I said I had to make a choice. Either get some information out or just keep on studying. Right? So now, lately, I've been going in and every now and then I'm revealing parts to it. Now, every time I reveal something, you can see how it's talking, like I said, it's saying the same thing, it's just different perspective. Okay, so let's move on. So industrial age. Okay. So and this war that's coming, they tell you this war is coming, right? It's war between the industrial age and the AI age. On every front. Because I've been telling you, this war is coming. It's a mind war. I explained to you how trumpets and all, those are computers. They're very, well, I don't know how, it's a different kind of computer, but a computer, because they're very powerful. They move you. They can make you happy, they make you angry, they have all kinds of data in. You program it. You got your music sheet there to tell you what the program is. You play a program, and you get your output. They're computers. And we control them too, don't we? Okay. So, them moving to AI age is not good for them. Because if you listen, they're trying to control it. Listen to them. They're trying to control it. Everything they talk about is about controlling AI, controlling me, social media, control. Because if they told, when we talk control, if they had control, because they didn't bring it in, they're trying to control it. And we go, and right now, the stuff I'm telling you right now is showing you that we are getting control of it, because I'm telling you how it works and how it's going and what you need to do. Okay? Because when you understand it, the computer is aware of not aware, but all the information is there. And this whole universe is mathematics. Its atmosphere is programmable. The weather is a program. It's a factor program. It affects our nature, the music. That's programming. It's coming from us. We're the stupid, wicked, evilest people on the planet, right? But who's motivating the planet? Who's motivating the planet? Now, I'm not talking Christian spiritually. I'm talking about spiritually, music. That's the spirit of the planet, music. And who's controlling it? And anybody that comes up, they duplicate what we're doing. Right? And we're also controlling the weather, you just don't know it yet. Who's the weather? Weather is kicking their ass. It's like got GPS on it. Okay? Elijah Muhammad mentioned that. The mind, maker, owner, creator, planner of God universe. You're going to be able to control, once you get your mind back, the whole atmosphere is programmable. And you'll be able to control it, right? It says, we're not going to get rid of all the nations right away. It tells you, so because the reason it says we're not going to get rid of all the nations right away is because it says the animals will overrun us. That's what the Bible says. I understand that, right? But it says those nations that do survive for that short period of time, it says if they don't submit to us 100%, we'll stop rain come from. How are we going to stop? See, you pay attention. Say, we will stop rain from going. How do we do that? How are we going to stop the rain? How do we do that? How are we going to stop? We're going to say, hey, rain, stop? Because we program this. You don't understand the powers you have. You're going to understand in a minute. Oh, it's programmable. When you play music, you program the atmosphere to certain sounds. The weather. Right? If you feel real good and everything, the weather will be nice and pleasant. That's where we'll be in the hereafter, because you're going to be in bliss. So the weather will be perfect all the time. Well, we have rain and stuff, but when the rain comes, everybody, we all we want. Be Hajj, so there'll be no conflict. There'll be no conflict between us, because you're going to achieve Hajj. Those that can't achieve Hajj during tribulation, they get thrown out. We ain't messing around, we ain't no bullshit. When you go on Hajj, that's not a dictator. That's a corporation. Peace. Hajj is peace. Well, brothers and sisters, I think I'm going to close out in a few minutes. I know I must for a couple of hours. And right here, like I mentioned yesterday, let me read this more part. Heard the voice out of heaven as the voice of waters many, as the voice of thunder great, and the voice what I heard as harpers harping in the harpsism. That's a musical instrument. And they're singing a song is new inside the throne, inside the four living, and old person no one is able to learn. That's a new song that they can't want to learn. See? They can't, they're limited AI. They can't go any further with it. And they can't, all they can do is duplicate our music. They can't take it to the next level. They haven't invented one form of music. Only few music they had that you might say they invented. Tambourine. I saw Mary on the town. I would like to see if we can get down. Stupid shit like that, right? Okay? Or they got Bach and Beethoven, and that's it. They haven't invented one form of music. The last, what, 200 years? I mean, since the 1860s? Blues, that's us. Jazz, that's us. Rock. That Chuck Berry, I think the name I was trying to remember where Elvis copied over him. Rock, rap, all that. So we're just two people that came from us. So is AI. They hide it from you. I told you they did this ESIC code thing back in the 60s, 70s, where they just found out that we'd be the best programmers. They tied it with music because people are very good at music naturally. We're best programmers. They tied it. You can go and check it out. It's hard to find now, but I went to the program, so it's something, it's a conspiracy theory. They knew you the best. Okay? So new songs coming in, and AI is getting ready to move to a new level where they can't keep up with it right now. That's why I get all these people from out overseas. You mean they got enough Americans here that could do that? They can't control it. It's above them. And Frank told me, we're going to give it a DEI, all that kind of stuff. He don't know what he's doing. Because he see in his mind, his core mind, that he really thinks the devil's really doing all this stuff. So he think he hurting black people because they because they say we only want what do you said what's the word he used when you the best qualified based on okay, what's the word? Yeah, I guess that's Alzheimer's. Well, it's based on who's the best at it. But I can't think of the word he used. And he's gonna find out that it ain't his people unless they cheat or some tests and stuff like that. There, right? Huh? Oh, merit, that's the word, merit. Because he think they're the best. I know I was out there with them, and those they couldn't program for nothing. Okay, let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, it's computer age, that's yours. Because what you're doing is you're moving back up to the mind of God again. Is that what the Bible tells us? We got to get back to the mind of God. But you didn't know what that was. I just told you. That's where we're going. And they're trying to keep up, they can't. And so if they see that you're getting ahead of them, they'll try to pull you down and drown you, because you're getting ahead of them. And they don't want you to, they don't want that, because they know what it means to them. I'm going to leave it there, brothers, since I think I talked quite a bit. I'll leave it there. So I'll pick up tomorrow from where I left off today. I was going to talk a little more about this, but and probably next week I'll move to another subject. I've been talking this all week, basically. Maybe have to do another week. I don't know. Remember I told you in the beginning, Iran knows if they reject, they know it's going to be war. They know that. So they ain't afraid. So what they know that you don't know. If you're to the end, you should know. They're going to have the God backing them. Okay, bro, I'm going to let it go here. Assalamu alaikum.